Okay, guys, this is going to be the first VOD of me watching this game.
Yeah, Gallia's
So,
coming on.
alright, this is going to be a pretty lengthy one. So, obviously, I mean, I'll be listening to your guys' comms in a second, but what you should be talking about as of right now is like I said, Rammus is really important in this, in the early game, in specific, bot lane. When you're looking at this bot lane matchup, like you guys really realistically don't have any kill pressure until level 6, unless like they hard fuck up with Morgana E. It's really important that Rakan doesn't get bound. Like generally, you want to start Q in this matchup as well as Xayah starts Q. That way, you can just neutralize the lane, make sure you're getting Q poke off, keeping Xayah healthy. I think you're supposed to max Q in this particular lane. Anyway, yeah. So you guys are neutral. Make sure. I mean, like if you guys can keep the lane shoved, then great. But if not, then make sure you have to talk to your jungler about it. But the way this matchup plays out, you guys will be pretty much irrelevant until 6. At 6, it's really important that Kai talks to Xayah when his engaged timers are, as well as Wonka, Lenad, and Sugar. It's really important that we talk about the Morgana binding, when it's up, when it's off cooldown, etc. For mid lane, this matchup is super volatile. But yeah, it's really important that like you guys are super careful in this matchup. Like you have to stay healthy. Generally, what Akali's do is they just like walk into lane, they hit the entire wave with their Q, because like once the minions spread out, it's really easy to hit the Q. That's something like I don't really see you do as often. It makes it harder for you to keep the lane pushed. So keep that in mind. I mean, I'm sure I'll see an example of it in this game. Aurelia and Kled super volatile. If Aurelia can get like, when I'm talking about if you guys want to gank, like what you guys really should be talking about is like your lane patterns and how they're playing out. So if he says that, like for example, if Jin Zhao says he's playing top side, then what I want you guys to do is like if he wants to gank top lane level 2, then Aurelia should be trading like really heavy with Kled, and that's just how it is, right? Like I know you guys like want to play safe, you don't want to get too low, but like the lower health and the more you trade with someone, if your jungler ganks, the kill is going to be way easier. So whenever you guys hear your jungler about where he's pathing, then you guys want to talk, like you guys want to start trading, you want to start heavy trading. It also like kind of has to go into like that kind of goes into depth about stuff like oh fuck, it goes into depth about like wave management, how to bounce waves, how to set up waves for your jungler ganks. I think that is a little too complex for us right now, but I think we'll get around to it. But just remember, like you guys have to constantly analyze when you guys should be ganking. Like already, the thing that I noticed with you a lot, Wonko, is that you're not like playing up in the like this is super bad right here. Like using your entire both your commas, like especially when they're 100 energy each, it just gives full lane priority to the LeBlanc. But the way that LeBlanc is playing, right? If you just like walk up, you force her to W, you get the W trade, plus you get your auto Q off, then you win that trade because the minions will be trading back. But this is just essentially giving LeBlanc free priority over you compared to the Xin. And then that like handicaps Xin to take Scuttle because now LeBlanc can move first. So generally you want to be using your Q to like try to CS push the lane and harass at the same time. This is like just mechanical misplay. And also for those of you who will be watching this, I can only analyze Wonko's game unless like something early happens for the first 3 minutes, because obviously the game hasn't started. Like you guys are able to get this crab. This is super greedy. Like, oh, I have your guys's comms. I should be listening to your comms. But like, for example, on that, if you like notice, you literally contested the scuttle where Irelia and Akali didn't have priority. Like if Rammus just went, I'm assuming that he started. I wasn't paying attention to where he started.
No spell shield on the board.
Okay, this is a pretty good gank from you. It helps you chunk him. LeBlanc flash. We're gonna in the future. I want you guys to start timing flashes. Generally typing in chat, but this is a pretty good game.
Right now. Bot doesn't have
you guys
priority.
diving this was super
Bot
greedy.
does not have priority.
Bot's coming up. You're low.
You can kill him right there. You can literally kill him right there. If you just QW flash ignite auto, you kill him.
Now.
Yeah, Rabbit's gonna die.
He flashed.
I'm exhausted.
Careful, I don't have any mana.
I'm on the side, but I don't think we can chase.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
taking
we can
hits.
back off.
I'm backing out.
Yeah. That's fine.
Alright.
Okay, I lost like fucking the whole wave.
Yeah, this is super bad. Bot lane rotating up. I'm gonna go back to here just because it's better if I have like a third person look. I'm gonna be tabbing in and out just because I'd like to hear your guys' comms as well.
We'll blowing
So this is
flag.
generally how I review your guys' spots. Like contesting the spot lane is super greedy. You guys really need to talk about your priority. Like you have no business being in the bot side right now with how you guys are,
No idea.
with how the lanes are. Like we should.
I
The
don't
thing
think
is like
so.
we should have more mid priority than we do. Like, yeah. She should die. That's not the right one, brother.
Well,
Yeah. She's running resolve, I believe. Check.
if she stays, I'll kill her.
I can't tell from this.
Eat, I'm gonna walk up. Actually, we're
Ram
just gonna fuck me over. That's a bad idea. Okay.
Okay.
I can stop the Rammus and get jump to you if he comes. Right now I don't have any wards. Just let this bounce. Make it be good.
I'm warding Ram's, Ram.
So you guys have priority right here. Like what happened here?
That's the cancel most likely do.
Okay, so we know that Rammus started bot side because these guys came late. So you guys are free to push up. Like you should
how
be
much
pushing
will you
up
have?
here. What? Push, 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 push.
Okay.
What is this?
Yeah, Remus is at Raptors. Remus is at Raptors.
This is troll.
He's gonna look for it. Yep,
Remember when they come late and the Kled comes early. Like let me show you guys.
You wanna go? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
But still missing, he's not
Let's go.
6.
Red side fog.
Still SCP.
All right.
She's gonna look to Q.
This is where the leash comes in.
TP, that's TP, back up, back up, back up.
Careful.
Okay, okay,
I'm
let's
gonna
go
mute
TP.
this for a sec. Alright, Kled shows right here. You know that he started red. Or yeah, you know that he started red, you know that our bot lane's here, you guys get the early push. Right? The thing that's really important is when Lynette doesn't start bot side and he's starting top side instead, you guys have full priority on this, which means you guys will have control of the Scuttle Crab if he chooses to go red straight to Scuttle. This should be talked about. Instead, this happened. You guys do get the wave priority. This is good. You push this in. You should push this next wave. Instead of pushing this wave, like you guys waste a lot. Like this is troll right here. When you guys have the priority, you guys have the strength to push him in. Like they have no kill pressure on you early, but wasting this ward, even though we know that Remus started top side and we have this ward already, if Remus chooses to go blue to Scuttle, loses you priority. And now like you guys don't even hit level 2. Yeah, you guys miss a creep. So at this point now the wave is gonna bounce. Since the second wave didn't crash, like understand that now it has a huge stack of caster minions and this wave is gonna bounce back to you. And now him walking down to bot side cannot contest the Scuttle. And since Akali is already struggling in the mid lane, like this is really, really bad. And I already talked about the issues with this. So he ganks mid. Shit happens. Okay, bot lane. Now the wave has bounced. You guys are actually fucked. You can't do anything to help him get Scuttle. Rammus is here. But you still go to contest Scuttle anyway. And this is so bad. This is really poor decision making. Now you lose the Scuttle, you basically leash it for Rammus. You potentially die here, like yeah, you should die here. Like they made a huge misplay, don't land the Morgana binding on you. Like you guys survive off of a bad play, but this is a terrible play. Now your bot lane loses all priority, loses the entire wave, you have to back, he gets Scuttle. Like understand, this is what I'm talking about when we say priority, guys. I know that you guys like don't really understand well enough how to bounce waves and like set up waves for based on where your jungler is playing, but like keep this in mind. Like now he has like no access to his bot side jungle, and like Rammus being the fucking idiot that he is doesn't counter jungle your entire bot side, even though he forced you out. Like you should have lost blue Grump, and then like actually you probably wouldn't have lost wolves, but you would have lost blue and Grump for sure, since they had complete control. Yeah, maybe it is too difficult to listen to your guys' comms. Okay, top lane, no pink, no money for pink. That's okay, but generally, you want a pink ward, especially since it's really important that like this lane is super volatile, right? Not dying to the gank is really important. Saving TP is kind of questionable here. You're not gonna really like make much effective use of TP generally. But it's fine. I mean, like, you really don't lose very much. But, like, XP is super important. That's why, like, people really just burn TP after their first phase. You could have frozen this. Like, what people do as top lane is they just, like, walk in between in and out of these bushes, and you basically take no damage while freezing it. If you did that, then this lane would have been frozen right here, and then Kled would have been fucked, had to burn TP for sure. But instead now he gets to walk back to base. I mean, he still should burn TP right here, like, but now the wave is gonna push back to you, or push back to him. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, let's go back a sec. Nice. You can. There's so many opportunities where you just can kill this LeBlanc, by the way. Like, this LeBlanc should have died earlier. Like if you just get your electrocute off with ignite, you just kill her. Anyway, let's get things in order here. Yeah, you guys are. Let's see. 2 points of Q. Alright, so he is maxing Q, which is good. Aurelia is top, shoves in the lane. Kled finally shows back. Alright, so you do a decent. Let's see. So like as soon as you see Kled mid, you should instantly start shoving the wave, which is what you do. Now you have a pretty decent time to get a recall off if you chose to. Let's see how much money you have. Like you can buy. I'm not really sure why you bought 2 long swords here. Aren't you going? Isn't Triforce your first item? Or is, oh no, Tiamat maybe? Yeah, Tiamat's probably your first item. Okay, never mind. Yeah, now like you're pushed up. You didn't get any vision. Let's see. You had a trinket ward. Like whose ward is this? Oh yeah, no, this was your ward. Okay, this is a good ward. This is the one that spots Ramus, I think. So you did do something with your priority, which is good. Whoa, what the fuck? Alright, we still have no vision of Ramus mid lane. Oh, what? Yeah, it was pretty poorly played. You should have known that she was going to jump back to W, but I mean, I don't give that much of a fuck about mechanical misplays. This greeting for the wave, like this is brutal. I mean, like if your Xin is here, like push this out. Like why are you recalling here? Because now that you're recalling right here, like the Xin is trying to push this out and the wave is frozen right here. So it's a lot better if you guys like get XP together. Like Xin is, imagine like if Ramus walked straight mid, and he would have been able, the Xin wouldn't have been able to push. So if he's here to protect you, if the Ramus ganks, then you don't die. That's why it's safe for you to push this out with Jhin. But now, like, you lose CS, you lose XP. Or you don't lose, or yeah, you do lose CS, you lose XP. But I mean, it gives in. But you guys should be sharing this. You should push together. Ramus is just hard clearing right now, which is like really bad for him. Or I mean, like, it's good for him if you guys fail to capitalize on it. But like, if he was smarter, he would definitely come gank you there. Alright, now that you're doing a pretty okay job of beating her now. Let's see, Remus. We do spot him here. This is good. We have a pink here. We need a topside pink here. We need some deep vision here. Aurelia's deep pushed in again. You should probably get a base off soon. But base, yeah. This is bad for you because now that the wave is going to push back into him, so you may potentially need to burn your TP. Let's see. I mean, as of right now, you guys have pretty good bot control. Like we need to look for a play mid, most likely. The thing is, like, you need to roam more. As soon as you hit level 6, like, you guys need to push this in. Rakan, if you guys can keep like perpetual priority on the spot lane, then Rakan can start roaming. But now, like, she gets to get river control instead. And this seems questionable. Ramus shows mid. This is called Nice, that was a good gank. Alright, now we gank the super volatile lane. You guys can break tower off of that, but you choose not to. This is whatever, I guess. I mean, like, like what is this? Can I question mark thing? Like look at what you're doing here. Like, this is really poor time management, right? Like you spend so much time standing here and not recalling, where you could have gotten pressure on this tower, done tons more damage because Cled's on OTP, or you could have just taken this entire wave base and then gotten an item because of it. But like you waste way too much time. Remember, if you ever have an advantage in lane, like always think like, what can I do with my advantage? This is really poor. Okay, Akali goes for Rome. Let's go back. Okay. Alright, you get the Ezreal flash, you get the Ezreal heal, you get Morgana exhaust. This is like look at what's going on. And this is a prime example of what I say, like, your guys' coordination is poor. It's because you guys are looking for this play, where Shin is like literally doing mid. He's doing Scuttle Crab as you guys are diving. And this is why we can't punish Rammus. Like, we're giving Rammus a free lane, and you guys make it so it's hard to kill Rammus in the mid game because of what you guys are doing. Like, people are not on the same page. Right? Like Aurelia's not looking for TP. How are we going to get Aurelia involved into the game? And now they get Ocean Drake off of it. And this is the most frustrating part, is because we're not working together. And what I would really prefer you guys to talk about is just like, I'm gonna look bot, like Lenad come bot with me. Like, it's way better if Lenad just passes mid, pushes the wave with him, and then they literally just cut through this together. And now they have that, now we have the TP. Now we get TP from Aurelia. And this is... What is the decision making here? Alright, well, this is really questionable. Like, we know that their bot lane is there. We know that Kled showed because Kled came bot. And Aurelia is like still failing to accomplish stuff with her lead. Like, walk up and attack this turret. Like, do something with the lead. The thing is, like, Kled is fucking himself for doing what he is right now, and you're not able to capitalize off of it because you're not doing anything. Whereas like this tower honestly should have just like been like 20% or fallen with how much this Kled has misplayed his lane. His TP is up. You're gonna recall. You're gonna pick up items. Now you're gonna. This is, you guys, you're just wasting way too much time. Like, you're channeling recalls, you're like sitting in a spot, you're like really not accomplishing anything. Like, you have CS lead, you're stronger than him right now, but we need to do something here. Kled is allowed to impact the map, and we're like not gaining this advantage top side. Alright, you guys are playing super aggro. No vision. Bot side control. Bot side, they like have had control here, guys. If you're ever gonna push up past the midpoint, then you have to do something about this. Also, your jungler is top side, so you're getting cross mapped. We have to like. This is the situation, okay? Like, in the early game, we have a strong side and a weak side. If the junglers are splitting the map like how the majority of this game was being played, then this is what we call a split map. They're gonna make a play on top side, and also another play is gonna be on bot side by Rammus, right? We want this to not happen, okay? If Xin is gonna gank top side, we play safe bot side, we let them push in, we sack a couple CS. And in the event like where they do try to run you down, they do try to dive you, then it's like, it's whatever. Like, you let the tower go, like, you're gonna lose the tower anyway. If you die, it's like not, even if you live, it's like gonna change, or it's not gonna change anything, right? But now we die, Ezreal gets his items, lose the tower, and we trade even for something that should not have been even, right? And then that's just what cross mapping is. So talk to your jungler, make sure you know where he's going. If you know that he's going top, then you'd be like, as a bot laner, you should be like, okay, I'm gonna play safe now. I'm gonna play at my tower. I may lose a couple CS, I may lose some XP, but it's way better than dying. Okay, I mean, you guys were still able to get the first tower. Rama still isn't really too strong yet. You should push this wave. Rama showed bot side again, so that means we can get top side. This was it was pretty good that you guys were able to get top side. At least, and you also got it before they did. So now that lanes have started to break down again a bit, you also got Rift. We should start looking to make plays together. This Clyde is... what? Okay. Now at this point, it's time to decide like where we want our laners to go. Okay, we have full mid priority. No, like let's do something with it. Get topside vision. But no topside vision. Bot lane is walking mid. Not really sure why. Okay, we did get vision here, which is good. We have the same situation here where bot lane is mid. This is... okay. You know, not the worst idea. Could have been a lot cleaner if you guys wanted to commit to this play, then Aurelia needs to get involved way earlier. So, like I said, when I'm going over the VOD on my own, this is going to give me some time to like break down your guys' gameplay. If we are committing to this play, right, Aurelia needs to be here. Alright, like Aurelia should be walking. Clyde should not get here before Aurelia does. Wait, where is Aurelia? Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Right, you guys are committing to the play. No TP, no TP, no TP. Still no TP. It's been 5 seconds. Alright, now there's a TP. At this point, you guys have already dove on the Morgana with no Aurelia TP. Cled is in the fight, no Aurelia TP. Like, you guys have a good idea because you know that LeBlanc is bot. Like, she showed bot, that's good. Right, you guys commit to the play. But the thing is, like, you're still pretty much fighting a 4v4 because Aurelia is not in the fight. And at this point, you guys are really fucking low. You guys can't really accomplish anything anymore because of it. You guys like pretty much got lucky with how much people LeBlanc killed. Like LeBlanc should have just, if she played it better, she could have just wiped you guys. Oh, please don't tell me she kills you again. Like what the fuck is going on here, guys? This is so bad. What? What? Alright, and also, like, these VODs aren't, like, made to be an insult to anyone, like, anyone's gameplay or anything, but, like, I'm going to be as transparent as possible about my opinions and, like, how you guys are playing the game. Because, like, there's, like, really serious mistakes that we're making here. As soon as that fight ends, like, we just want to reset. We want to reset, look toward next play. Like, drag is coming up soon. Break down the lanes. Like they all had lanes pushing in. Like we would just reset. I think I understand now why Rammus has been such a huge problem in this series for us. It's like the way that we play, the way that we work as a team is just not coordinated enough to make a Rammus irrelevant as he should be. Which is an issue. Like Rammus, even in solo queue, Rammus is bad because of this reason. Right, he just can't survive early skirmishes. He can't survive early plays that you guys make. But if we're not making early plays, or if we like make early plays and we like do them poorly, then Rammus just gets to succeed. Just like now. Good, decent transition kill. Wow. That's some pretty poor micro. You could have lived there, but whatever. Alright, so you guys win the fight. I mean, like, pretty good. It was pretty decent overall. Let's go back and look at this fight. I like this because it's giving me a lot more time to talk about your guys' games. So, before the fight starts, Aurelia, Jhin is still bot lane doing Krugs, Akali is bot side, but we're playing here. Like, we're here right now. Like, do you understand how this is an issue? Like, if we don't have priority, if our jungler is here, if our Akali is here, if we're not looking to make a play, do not play up. That applies to everyone on the team. Don't play up. But now that you guys are playing up, she lands the chain. Ramus gets to dive for some reason and get a kill that he really shouldn't get. Like, this is just really poor. Like, really poor decision making. Alright, so we switch to Clyde. We hit a good Aurelia ult. And then after that, the fight kind of breaks down. So just like this, just like kind of boils down to picking the right fight. Like, we're not able to pick the right fight just cause of like you guys getting caught here. Like, this is the issue. This fight just like gets super scrappy because of it. This is not good. Why is this happening? You don't need to kill this wave. Like, this, we don't give a fuck if this thing crashes or not. We want you to reset. Like, we want you to reset as fast as possible so we can get this. This is important to us. Ocean Dragon is important. Objectives are important. It gets us on the map. But now you're like 1 HP and we can't do anything. If for some, like, if they're balling or if they're in team, just beeline for this Drake, which I'm hoping that they do. What the? Okay. This is so bad. Okay, so what you guys want to do, the thing is that if you reset right after you get this ace, then you would be on the map just at the same time that they did, and you'll be healthy enough to actually contest this Ocean Drake. But you're not. And in that case, like, you guys barely scraped by, greeting for something that you shouldn't have. And this is a common theme with you guys. Like, we need a reset, our back timers are really bad, and this is like where throws come in. And this is why I see throws being the most common in like Platinum, Diamond, Elo, or way more common in Plat, Diamond, Elo compared to where I'm at, is because people aren't smart about resetting. Like, they don't make right decisions, they don't make good decisions, they try to take way more than they can chew. This lane assignment is really poor. You guys are able to convert off of it, which is good. Nice. But I don't like this lane assignment because LeBlanc can literally just do this. Okay, Sugar, this is just like a small Aurelia tip, but generally people ult their target first and then they drop the E. It's a lot harder for the support or for the player to dodge the E when like there's like a ton of blades on the ground. And then after the ult, and then you can drop one E, you can Q him, and then you can drop another E, and then you'll be able to get the 3 Qs. This is a small Aurelia tip. Alright, this is good. You guys can kill him. Where's... Okay, this is what I don't like about this play, right? Because, I mean, like, it's still kind of a good idea, but, like, Aurelia, its E just barely came out. Like, dump the E. Dump the E now. Like, what? I know that you're looking for the Ezreal here, but, like, same target, guys. This is gonna plague you guys for the entire season if we're not doing this right. Like, we have to hit the same fucking target. But it still works out. Like, I feel like every fight that I watch from you guys it's really just like clown fiestas. If you guys clean this up, like your fights will feel a lot cleaner and a lot better. But I mean, like, you guys are grouping, you're taking like weird choices. We're not pushing bot lane before we move. It's kind of a mess. Like, it's actually really messy. But anyway, let's speed it up because I know you guys are way far ahead. We're all on resets now. You get the scuttle. This is fine. We're gonna lose. We won't lose me for this. Alright. You get mid. Aurelia should go top. That flash does not need to be burned there. But now we're doing the same thing where it's just a fucking ARAM. Like, someone go push this, guys. Do something with this wave. Aurelia, go bot. Like, okay, wait. Like, what are we looking for? What's the point? Like, what are we gonna accomplish here? We can't do anything here. And for some reason, now Xayah is laning versus the Kled. And Akali, who's supposed to be really good in the side lane, is not here. This lane isn't being pushed out. We're losing so much gold in the side lane. Right? But like instead, like we're A-ramming. And now you guys finally decide to reset, and now we lose mid tower because we're not even set up in the first place. Like, we lose a tower that we don't have to. And this just like ties into like making the right decisions. Have you guys finished your game already? Oh my god, your game is done. What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, I guess I don't really have much else, or I can't really talk about this game anymore. But just keep in mind, guys, like rotations, target selection is really poor this game. We're contesting scuttles without getting priority. Like, I've noticed about your lane phases, like, listen to the tips that I give you, because I can almost never look at your guys' lane phases, and this gives me an opportunity to talk about your lane phases. So, like, think about what I talked to you about in your lane phases. Think about early wave management. I know it's really complex and we can't dive into it. Stop fucking A-ramming. Like, divide up CS. And then you guys will do wave. Like, look at the fucking CS numbers, guys. Like, what the... Okay. Anyway. I can't talk about this game anymore, but I mean, good job for winning. All right, let's stop the recording. I hope this helps, by the way. If you guys have any questions, concerns, and any feedback about like how I did this for VOD review, if there's anything more specific that you guys wanted me to go in depth about with your gameplay, then please let me know. But yeah, take it for what you will, and let me know if this is helpful.